Hello, everyone. Welcome in to another live stream. I'm doing well, Sunshine. Thank you for asking. Wanted to throw out there, we do have some pre-orders. I've been under the weather this week and I'm still not quite 100%, but we are pushing through. So we do have some pre-orders, so that means when the free list is closed, we've got to move on to those. I truly don't know how much time I have here tonight. I'm not sure if my baby is also under the weather, but it's just been a very hard week. I don't know if it's like he's teething or what, but he's just been very much like only wanting to be touching me like all week long. So super sweet and precious and want to be here for that, but at the same time I know that I've got responsibilities, so it's just like a fine balance. But as long as he's in a good mood out there, my husband's got it under control. But I would just say get your donations in early and we'll just try to do as much as we can with the time that we have. Amy, I have your first question. Alexandra, I have your question. Nat and Sophie, I have your question. Maya, Sarah, I have your question. Nannies, I have your question. Sunshine, I've got you as well. Hello, Carmen, and welcome in. Ana Lucia, Carmen, Fritz World, I have your question. Thank you. I would say in terms of like how bad it was mild. But it's just, you had like some of the symptoms, like burning nose, sneezing, coughing, that kind of stuff. Sleep wasn't like super comfortable, but it wasn't like unbearable. It almost seemed like a mild cold, but the biggest thing was just being completely drained, like just feeling like I have nothing in me to like give, to do, to whatever. And then, also trying to take care of another person in the process. So it could have been worse. So I'm really grateful that it wasn't, but it seems to be hanging on for a while for some reason. Amy, that sounds good. Are we still doing the same question though? All right, let's go ahead and do some yes/no questions for free. And then we will be moving on to donations in about 5 minutes. Okay, Amy, sounds good. All right, let's start with 3 questions. Amy. Amy, yes, 7 of Wands. But that is the card of like challenges needing to overcome. So there could be some things going on there with that energy, but it's filled like a yes because it's a positive outcome. Alexandra. I have a yes for you, Alexandra, King of Swords. For Nat, let's see. Yes, 10 of Cups for Nat. Sophie. Sophie, yes. Emperor, King of Pentacles. Maya. I'm getting a yes for you, Maya. Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. Nanny. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. You're welcome, friends. Sunshine. Sunshine, yes. Page of Wands. Ana Lucia. No. Five of Cups. Yes. Six of Wands and the Fool for Carmen. Brit's World. Yes. Ace of Pentacles. You're welcome, friends. You too, Sunshine. Thank you. All right, this is for Shirley, and then about 1 minute left of the free list, guys. If you're here for a free question, drop it now. I have a yes for Shirley, the star. Marissa. You're welcome. For Marissa, I have a no. The Four of Cups and the Ten of Wands. All right, guys. Free list is now closed. We're moving on to donations. Amy, if you're here, check in, please. Hey friends, welcome in. If you're here for a paid reading, go right ahead. Let me know that you sent the donation over. And if you're here for free, that list is closed, but definitely stay subscribed and check back another time because I do free readings every time I go live. All right, I don't think Amy is here so at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and work on Taka's reading real quick. So let me pull up Taka. Okay. Taka, we are shuffling for you for your BOGO. Dang, Taka, I'm just so sorry. I feel like this has just really thrown so much, like, it's just out of left field. It's so unexpected. I feel like, I'm just so sorry. I'm sorry for everyone involved here. I just think that this is just so not ideal in so many different ways. I feel like he's not ready to let go of this connection. I do have the Three of Swords, which is like brokenhearted. It's like actually kind of like a sad message, I feel. I feel like one of the things that's coming through is like he has to be there for her and he wants to make sure that she knows like that he's there for her. And it's just like how any kid would want to be there for their parents, or like how any parent would hope that their kid would be there for them. But at the same time, it's like I don't feel like his mom would want him to put his life on hold for her. I feel like she'd want him to live. And he's like, no, like I'm responsible. I'm the one that's going to take care of this. Like I'm going to handle it. But I feel like for him, he's just like, I want to put a pin in this with you. That's what he's saying. Because he's saying like, my mom is like my now right now, but you are my future. And I feel like he just doesn't want to really walk away from it. But the thing is that he's in this like very difficult place because he has to have no regrets. Excuse me. He has to feel like he's done everything that he possibly can. But I think that also it's just causing a lot of confusion for him because it is essentially putting things on hold for the foreseeable future. I mean, he's building a life right now with his career, with you, with just like what his plans were. And I feel like for him, he's just feeling such heartache and heartbreak. Like, Three Swords is painful separation. And so, like, this is not going to be easy for him. It's not going to be an easy goodbye. But he's also probably experiencing heartbreak and heartache because his heart is also somewhere else, like worried about his mom. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just an impossible situation. And I think right now he's thinking to himself, like, maybe like shooting himself in the foot, you know, for not maybe making advances faster or sooner, because then his thought process is if like we were further along in our connection, excuse me, he would be asking you to come with him. You know, he'd be saying like, well, why don't you come visit? Or is it so crazy for us to just go together? Like, I feel like for him, he just doesn't feel like he deserves to be in that place to ask you that kind of question because he hasn't really made advances, not in a significant way for it to be appropriate in his opinion to ask you to uproot your life and or to visit him. But I feel like he's thinking this is temporary. Like, I don't think that he thinks he'll be in California forever. I think that he thinks that he will be gone for an indefinite period of time, but I think that he foresees himself back wherever you are at some point. I don't think he plans on living his life out somewhere else. So I think that, I guess he's just like hoping that whatever will be, and that if it's meant to be, it'll happen. I definitely feel like he thinks that there's a lot of things that are going to be left unsaid with your connection. And I think in his mind, he's like, well, what's the point now? What do I, you know, what am I going to do? Open the door that's leading to nowhere. Like, I think he's going back and forth about, do I just put it all out there, or do I just, you know, hold back? And I don't know. I feel like he just feels very torn on what to do. And then of course it's like that's just like one layer of this. There's a whole other layer of just like sadness for his own pain that he's going through, like his own like fear. And I feel like he's just shifting his weight into that focus. And basically I feel like your connection is like, we'll put a pin in it, you know, like if it's meant to happen, it will. But there's like kind of a small twinge of regret that you guys are not further along in your connection. He's saying like, I thought I had time. He's like, I thought I had more time. Oh, this is sad. I'm sorry. Let me move to the next question here. All right. Second question. You're wanting an outcome. Let's see. They're saying that he will be in touch. I know that you mentioned wanting to remain in contact. Here's the thing, Taka. I don't think he wants to fully stop what he started here, but I think that he knows that he's having to take a significant step back, and he doesn't feel like it's his place to stop you from doing anything that you want to do. And he's like, what if I'm gone for a year? Like, what if I'm gone for a long time? Like, I don't want her to feel like, I'm trying to monopolize her time or take her away from another opportunity, another suitor. He doesn't feel like it's his place to put you on hold for an indefinite amount of time. But I also feel like he's not ready to let go of this, because again, this is not necessarily his choice. This is life happening to him. This is not him making a decision. I mean, yes, he's making decisions throughout this process and navigating it as best as he can, but it's not his choice. Like, he would never want this to be happening for all the reasons he wouldn't want this to be happening. So I feel like from his perspective is well, I'm going to stay in touch with you. I confirmed that, and I got the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands talks about taking the next step in this. So I don't think you guys completely shut things down or off. I think it's very possible that you're actually helping him through this emotional time. Let's just hope that everything goes okay. But if not, I feel like you might be surprised at the connection and how it opens up and how you guys are talking to each other and working him through any decisions that he has to make or whatever. Getting emotional closeness with him, even so far away, might actually catch you off guard or catch you by surprise. I see him with the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Wands, more alignment. So I think, Taka, you can expect continued communication from him and getting maybe more invested than what you already are now. The issue is not seeing each other all the time. Throughout the month, not getting those personal in-person touches and things like that. It's how long could this go on? And then before, I think that you were willing to entertain this because you knew that the possibility of it going somewhere was just a lot larger, a bigger percentage possibility. Whereas now it's everything's on hold and what are we doing? Where are we going? What's happening? And so I think that you'll entertain the conversation. And I think it's because neither of you are kind of ready to walk away. But I also would understand too if after a while you're you know what, I don't know where this is gonna go. To what end? Are we just gonna be long distance ish? Long distance, I don't even know what we are for X amount of time. Or do I just kind of let him go and let him do his thing? And it's definitely a que sera situation with the Wheel of Fortune, where it's just whatever your fate is, it's just where it lands in the wheel kind of thing. So I don't think there's anything necessarily set in stone. But what I can say with certainty is I do think that you guys continue communication. I think he stays in touch. I think that you are more involved with him emotionally as he navigates through this than you realize you will be. So that is what I have for you, Taka. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Thank you again for your patience. and letting me get this completed. We are gonna get started on Amy now. All right, Amy. Let me read over everything real quick. Amy, are you still here in the chat? I'm shuffling for you now. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. That's okay, Jarella. Okay, sounds good. Let me get your cards pulled here. So the message that I'm getting, Amy, is that he is seeing this connection through. Okay, he's not pulling back from you in a way that he's not going to pursue this connection. He's still wanting to see you, still wanting to spend time with you, still wanting to see this through. I think that what he is realizing is that this is worth it for him to keep putting effort towards it in terms of like spending time with you, getting to know you. I don't know, dating you is the right word, but like I feel like he's in a place where he says we're pretty much right on the same page. Like I feel like we do see eye to eye. I would say that his thought process is that you guys are not exactly alike, but you have enough in common that it's worth it for him to continue to pursue this. I do feel that he is uncertain about where this is going to go. I think that he knows what he wants. I think that he's saying, I want to have a girlfriend. I want to be a boyfriend. I want to have a relationship. But when I ask, like, where the future lies with this connection, he's showing the Two of Swords, which is essentially like, I'm going into this blind. I really don't know what's going to come of this. But the person is shooting a dart and hits the bullseye. So he's saying, I'm just trying to trust the process. I think he just wants to feel good. And the thing is that he and you, I think, are very prone to become very serious, like people, like individual people, like you, but you still have like a lightness to you and a humor to your personalities. So I think that what he's saying is, I really love for this to continue on the lighter side. Not that he doesn't want to get serious with you, but when I say serious, I mean like serious demeanor, like a serious personality. But what he's saying is, if we can continue having fun and it can be more on the lighter side of things, and because I think in his mind, he's like, I don't want things to get too deep, too quick, too serious, too fast. Not serious as in relationship commitment, serious as in our connection feels really serious. before like we're ready, because he's like, this is still so new. We should be in like the quote unquote honeymoon phase. Like we should be in the phase of like, we're having fun with each other, we're being playful, we're joking around, we're attracted to each other, and all this other stuff. So I think he's saying he just doesn't, if there's going to be like more depth to this and not surface level, like I want to be clear. I feel like for what he's trying to get across is he's saying, I don't want a superficial relationship with Amy. I don't want surface level stuff. However, I could see how being in a connection with her, things would get very serious very fast. We would just, what if we don't have fun anymore? What if we don't like stay playful and lighthearted? And what if we don't enjoy spending time together because every single interaction is just about like our like sad stories, our like bad habits, our like mental health stuff, whatever. I hope you understand what I'm saying. He's just like, I'll go deep with her. I will get to, it will be a relationship of depth, but I just don't, I want to have fun still. Like I still want to enjoy our time together. So I guess where his head is at is like just wanting to make sure that it stays happy. Is that the right word? Like he just doesn't want it to be filled with like problems and grief and sadness and trauma and like all that stuff. That's what I mean when I say serious. He still wants to stay on the playful, lighthearted honeymoon phase of the connection. He's saying like, of all the times, if we were to enter a relationship, now should be the time where we're just having a lot of fun and things aren't getting heavy. I guess that's the word I'm looking for instead of serious, heavy. He's saying like, I just want it to be fun. So in terms of his connection with you, he's saying like, I don't know where it's going, but I'm choosing to have faith that it's going to all work out. I'm choosing to see this through because I've invested in her. And I really think that we have a lot going on here, that this could be something long term. So that's where his thought is, or his head is at. So I think that he does have like some worries, like I think he has some concerns of like, if things keep going like this, then great. But I just don't want things to get too heavy or serious too quickly. Like I still want us to have fun together. So let's pull some message cards for you as well. You're surprised he feels uncertain when you've assured him, like, yes, I would be happy to be your girlfriend. No, he's not uncertain about your feelings. He's not uncertain about that. He is uncertain of like the future of your connection. There's been some things that have happened between the two of you, and I think there was always like a question mark of like, where is this going? But I think that in light of recent events, he's like, I still don't know like where this is going to go. But he's saying that he's invested so much in this already that he wants to see it through. And he is getting to the point where he is like thinking about a relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. So, I think that you guys are heading in that general direction, but I think that things that have happened have maybe pumped the brakes a little bit for him. So again, he's saying, I'm staying the course. He's like, I'm not walking away. I'm staying the course. I am so cold in my house right now. I'm grabbing a blanket real quick. Okay, I'm gonna pull some message cards for you. Yeah, let's try to scare him away. I think you're fine with that though. I do. Because he's still making time for you and stuff. But I think that whatever's happened between you guys, it has slowed. I guess this is the way that I'm viewing it, because I think that it's easier for you to understand. And of course, I speak in metaphors. So Spirit is saying if you guys were cruising on the highway at like 55 heading towards destination utopia, okay? You were like 55 on the highway. Now you guys have taken a detour, maybe the scenic route, going 35. But you're still heading towards destination utopia, okay? So the destination has not changed, but I think the energy has shifted a little bit. You guys are taking the long way around now. You guys are doing it a little bit slower, but the destination's still the same. So as long as nothing else changes and you guys don't hit any other like detours or construction sites or any kind of blocks in the road, you guys are still heading there. You'll get there. I think that's what I'm feeling. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. All right, let's pull some message cards for you real quick. He says, I want to know you better. So I think he's just taking a beat because he's saying like, let's continue to like learn more about one another. He said, I'm fighting for this. So again, me saying he's staying the course. He's seeing this through. He's not walking away. He says, blocking my emotions makes things easier. So you are dealing with someone who isn't quite comfortable with always saying things up front. I think, Amy, you're a very direct person. He may be less direct. I'm not saying he's not direct at all, but he just may be less direct. And so when he's feeling uncomfortable or he's feeling uncertain or unsure, he will likely retreat and block off that feeling that he is getting. He says, I'm sorry I have not been available. So he's aware of this distance, that he is creating this emotional distance that you're feeling. He's saying the connection feels more physical to me than anything else right now. So what that's telling me is that he's appreciating your physical and intimate connection, but he's feeling like that's what's like standing out the most to him about your connection right now. Then it would probably go like romance after that. So the physical side of things that he's getting from you is like at the top of his list. So I think if you want to bring in more emotional vulnerability, I think it's just going to take time, and I think that it's just going to continue through the trust that you guys will be building with one another, through little things like this, like him coming over and doing the cosplay costume and stuff like that. It's going to come through time and interactions with each other and just like experiences together. So to pull a couple more cards just because you were waiting on me and I feel bad. He says, I'm trying to move forward. That's good to see. He says, I'm tired of fighting these urges. So you still have him on a sexual level. Yeah, of course. Then he says, don't believe my actions to hold truth or how I feel. So he's saying his actions and his feelings are not aligned right now. which means that when you see him pulling back in terms of communication, right? Like you're noticing the subtle shifts between the two of you. Like when he pulls back, you're noticing the shift. Because you're not seeing communication. Communication is an action. He's saying just because I'm not communicating with you doesn't mean that I have changed my feelings on you at all. I just have pulled back. But I'm not, my feelings and my actions aren't aligning. So don't think that because I'm not communicating that I don't still have feelings for you, right? He says, I am keeping a distance. This is not in your head. But he's saying, like, I'm keeping you, myself at a distance. So he's saying, like, healing first, then we can align. I'm getting almost like he's not pulling back and walking away from you. He's just not getting closer. You guys are staying in like one place right now. You're not progressing in a sense. But like I said, how do you make that happen? How is that going to happen? Is through these experiences that you have together, through spending time together, through doing things other than, I'm going to say, physical interaction. Because you're looking for more emotional depth from him, emotional availability, and emotional closeness. You're looking for the other side of what you need. And like from his perspective, like you're wanting the emotional side of having a boyfriend and he's wanting the sexual side of having a girlfriend. And like if you need that from him and he needs that from you, how do you get that? So if he's getting his needs met and you're being intimate with him because that's what you're choosing and wanting to do, I think that the way you're going to get the emotional connection from him is through spending time together. The issue is that I can see is that you're wanting to feel that consistently to reassure yourself that he's still interested in this connection, which means that you guys would need to be making consistent plans to see each other and hang out. So I don't know if that's something you guys can do. Like, can you talk to him about wanting to, see him more consistently and see if like maybe before he leaves tomorrow, if you guys can make plans again for the next time. I almost feel like you need like those touchstones with him. You need that grounded anchor of like, okay, I'm seeing him next time, or I'm seeing him on Wednesday, or he's coming back on Saturday, or whatever. I feel like that's the only time that you feel good in the connection, because during the absences, when you guys aren't seeing each other or talking as much, even if nothing has changed for him, for you could potentially use that as like a way to spiral about your connection, because you're looking for that consistency. You said, I told him I want a break or a little less moment so we can grow emotional. Is he okay with that? Okay, so you said after a great moment, I asked him that, and he was like, "That's fine. I'm a little sad, but it'll be fine." And I think I recall him that he bonds through physical touch a lot. Yeah, or I need more emotional intimacy. Right, right. Yeah, you can donate for extra cards, sure. All right, Amy, I'm gonna pull some more cards for you, okay? Right, so he says, I struggle meeting your expectations. That's enlightening. What I'm getting from that is that your needs are different. And I think that he is trying to understand how to meet you halfway. I think that what you're both doing is like trying to make sure that both of your needs are being met. It's like you're giving way to his needs because you know that's what he needs, but it's not necessarily something that you need. So you're doing it, and then vice versa. And I think that's great because that's teaching compromise and a connection, which is important. The problem is that I think that's where you guys have that, like, where he said you guys have so much in common in so many areas. The parts where you're different isn't that big of a deal. I do think that he does feel to some extent, though, that what if the things that he needs, that he thrives on in a relationship, are so different than yours? Like, where do you guys meet in the middle? Like, where do you guys meet in common? Because here's the thing, I think he enjoys emotional intimacy to a degree. I think that he can't do that without the sexual, like, relationship. And then I think you are opposite, right? You are like, well, I can't do the sexual without the emotional. So you guys are both trying to find this balance within each other or between each other. So I think that what he's saying is, like, not that he struggles as in he doesn't want to meet your expectations. He's just saying, I'm struggling because I'm worried that I'm not going to. I'm trying, but I'm worried that I'm not going to, and you're not going to feel that I am. Yeah, like he's trying to figure it out. He says, I replay our interactions over and over. This is stating that he's very reflective. He is very much considerate of what it is that you say to him because he thinks about it over and over and over. He says, I look for you everywhere. So I think that shows he's excited when he gets to see you and spend time with you. When you see it, I look for you everywhere, it means that, like, it's like a law of attraction. So I think that things you've shared with him, things you've told him, maybe even your name, those kinds of things, he's probably seeing a lot of places. So he's probably like we're speaking as an example, he might go to a store and see your name on a keychain. You're being brought into his awareness more. So he's noticing things more. Maybe you told him the specific type of food that you like, and he passed by that kind of restaurant on the way home. He's noticing you now in his everyday life, which is actually kind of sweet. He says, I want you. He says, I'm secretly longing for you. There you go. I should have said Hello Kitty. I was thinking it. I felt like that was very on brand for you. I should have said that. But yeah, he's noticing these things out in the wild. Okay. These things that you've now brought to his attention and into his awareness. So when he's saying, I look for you everywhere, I see you everywhere. So he's like thinking of you so much that like he's connecting so many things to you. He says, you compliment me. At the bottom of the deck, he says, I made a mistake. So maybe that's him saying, like, honestly, I understand what happened. I'm sorry that it happened. I hope that this just becomes a distant part of our story. It's funny how you corrected to plushies because... Oh, okay. You did put blushes. Okay. Because at first I was like, wait, I read it as blushes. Aw. Sweet. Well, there you go. So Amy, that concludes your reading. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. I think I'm going to go ahead and close all the lists, friends. I've been here for about an hour, and I don't think I can be here for much longer. I have one more donation to work on for SB. The plan is to be back tomorrow. You know, with his anime con trip, he's been working weekdays and weekends. Oh, shit. Yes, Amy, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in his plan. The only thing that may have changed is the timeline has slowed down. But the end result feels the same. He's saying, nothing's changed for me. I'm feeling a little bit more hesitant to move as fast as I did, but I still see her in the same way. So whatever was before still is. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Did you change your name again? Yeah, get some sleep. Get some sleep. All right. Oh, geez. His energy pulled back. All right, shuffling now. for the love spread. All right. Well, it doesn't necessarily look bad to me. So let's start with your love spread because that's the cards I have here in front of me. Will the relationship be successful? I have the Two of Cups. So to me, that still speaks to a romantic connection here. Two of Cups in this picture looks like a first date. It looks like something maybe a little bit more on the casual side or like the beginning stages of a romantic connection. It's not demonstrating to me depth, but it is showing that there is a spark here still. So I think the door is still open here for a relationship success. Now, I'm just reading the energies, okay? So don't come for me. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing here. What's hidden? I have the Six of Wands. So this can speak to maybe from his perspective, still admiring you, still appreciating you, still thinking that you are an incredible person, an incredible human being. This card always just talks about admiration and appreciation. So why he stepped back, I can't really say for sure why you're feeling that from him. But I'm almost feeling like it's starting to have nothing to do with you for some reason because his energy towards you looks good. The energy around the relationship is the Nine of Swords. So that's worry, concern, anxiety. That's feeling like things are getting the better of you. It's keeping you up at night, nightmares, just doom and gloom, like overall, like not feeling like things are going to work out. So that's the energy around the relationship, but also like I'm perceiving that as maybe his energy potentially. So maybe something's going on with him right now that's making this feel a little bit different between the two of you. For strengths and weaknesses, we have the Magician and the Star. So I'm almost feeling you guys have shifted out of like a fantasy world of like what could be and being very dreamy into maybe a more pragmatic thing because the weakness is the Star. So the Star is like our hopes and wishes and like still having hope in the connection. And if that's perceived as something negative, it means that maybe some hope has been lost. But the Magician speaks to something pragmatic. It speaks to something like realistic. Like what we have going for us is just the facts, like facing things in a realistic way. James, no. I had a feeling I was going to see you tonight, though. Yeah, I have to get going because Knox, he's just not feeling well for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's just teething, if he's just tired, if he's like having a hard week like I did because I'm under the weather. What's going on? But I should be back tomorrow, James, and also we can do offline as well. I just don't know if I'd get your reading to you tonight. That's the only thing. But I could definitely get it done before the weekend is over. So you let me know what you'd like to do there. It's up to you. I also will be live most likely tomorrow night. So we can work it out. Just send me a message, whatever you want to do. All right, SB, where do we leave off here, friends? Okay, so we have for what you want, we have the Moon, and what he wants, we have Strength. So I'm getting like this interesting impression, SB, that you kind of have like this influence over him. You have, James, that sounds great. We'll talk, okay? Thanks, friend. Yeah, we can do it offline. I'll get it to you. I should be able to get it to you tomorrow. I'm on the up and up with the sickness, so I don't think it's gonna like decline by tomorrow or something like that. So that shouldn't be a problem. We'll work it out. SB, I feel like you have this influence over him that I just don't think you even realize. Like, even if you guys are not communicating, I feel like you live rent free in his head. And I think that he likes that. Like, I think that he likes having you to think about. The strength here is making me feel like you you kind of got him wrapped around your finger, and I think that it's something he's into. With the moon for you in this position, I feel like you are looking for maybe clarity. You're looking for like something to come through clearly. You're wanting information. The moon can talk about the things that we suppress. So maybe looking for him to make some confessions and not repress anything that's going on with him, not push things down, and then also for you to not regress even further away from this connection just because you're not seeing action. You're seeing like this person kind of pulling back and you're not really getting much from it. So you're like, okay, great. Now I'm going to do what I do best and pull back. But I feel like you're looking from him for clarity. You're like, bring light to whatever is going on right now. Tell me what's happening. For how he feels and his true intentions. He has Ace of Cups for how he feels and the Hierophant for his true intentions. So the Hierophant is like, I want to be on the same page with you. I want us to feel like we are in this together. Ace of Cups is like, I'm feeling love, overflowing emotions, new feelings for you. That's why I'm a little bit confused about this reading, because if this is the cards I'm getting, it's like, is the withdrawal about you or is it about something else? If he's retreating, does it even have anything to do with you specifically, or is there something else going on? All right, SB. So that's what I have for that one. And then let's do your what's to come of the connection. All right, what's to come? What's to come? Oh, this is funny. I'm like hearing that you guys are still keeping an eye on each other. But what I am noticing is he's got his attention directed at you. You have your attention directed maybe at him, but also like other things. You're kind of like, do, like, I'm living my best life over here. I'm just going to keep going along. You're the sun. Okay. So maybe you're spending time with loved ones. You are taking care of yourself. You are, just kind of focusing your needs and wants and desires and focusing on that kind of stuff instead of so much on this. He is like, though, his attention is on you, is what it feels like. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I don't care. And then you're kind of like looking over your shoulder and you're kind of like, but do they care? Are they looking at me? Are they looking at me? Tell me if they're looking at me. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I think deep down you both still care. You both are still like keeping an eye on each other, but maybe you don't care as much or something. But you want to know that he is still like, I guess, looking at you. And again, this is just like an example of what I'm trying to say, but that's what it feels like. Let's see. I asked if there's anything serious here as an outcome, and it's still an option. It's still a possibility. It's looking more uncertain now because it's the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles where things are kind of closed off and locked up. But the Two of Pentacles is like two sides of a coin. So it's like heads or tails. It could or it couldn't. But that still means there's a 50% chance that there's still something here. And that's kind of what I was tapping into with the love spread that we did. I think that he still has feelings for you. Of course, as I say that, the Strength card comes out again, and the Ace of Cups just falling right into my lap. Those are both, I don't know if you remember, those are both his cards from the last reading. He still has feelings for you. This hasn't gone away. Shit, I got the Empress here as well. This is like wife material, mother of my children kind of energy. The Magician is also here. That's reminiscent of the last reading as well. He's saying I have romantic feelings for her. The Lovers is here. He still feels a connection to you, SB. I think that this has like the capacity to turn into like a long-term relationship still. The energy is here for that. I mean, if you were to ask any tarot reader with the Lovers, the Empress, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, just like the Sun, I feel like they would be like Three of Cups, celebration. They would be like, he's not talking to you? What do you mean? Because like this is weird because this energy feels like he should be talking to you. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused. But what's to come? What's to come? I think you'll get communication. I think that you guys can know that you guys are keeping an eye on one another. I think the potential is here for a long-term relationship. So I guess keep doing what you're doing, but don't completely write this one off. All right. And then you said you wanted some messages. Let's pull some messages here. Oh, I just saw your mini question. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you're doing okay. All right, messages from him to you. I think you're the one. You make me nervous. There's so much I want to say to you. I need you. You make me feel out of control. The more I resist, the stronger my feelings grow. At the bottom of the deck, being vulnerable doesn't come easy to me. And at the top of the deck, I look for you everywhere. Oh, I just saw I still have hope for us. It didn't come out of the deck, but I literally just saw this when I was putting a card back in the deck. So, interesting. All right, let's see. General message from Spirit. All right, so I'm pulling from my mind and body deck. I know you didn't order a mind and body reading, and it's a mini, so I'm not gonna like go fully in depth here. But I do feel like Spirit wants you to know that like whatever this is, you're going to recover in full. You have 9 of metal, 9 of, which actually I don't even know. I think that's, I guess, 9 of swords is what I would assume in this deck. But wait, with the 9 of swords, it's always like I'm just like in bed, I'm laid up, I'm not quite 100%. But with this specific card, it's like you have luck though. Like you have blessings. You have your spiritual team is just like right there holding your hand throughout this process. So whatever it is that's going on, whether this was like elective, restorative, this was something that needed to happen for a long time, this was something sudden, whether it's like a medical need, whatever this is, okay? However you would identify that, is Spirit is saying like they're seeing you through the from start to finish. You will 100% recover like from this. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. I'm also getting like take advantage of this time, I suppose, is like the message. I have the 10 of Wands and it's like associated with a burnout card. So the 10 of Wands we know is like a lot of responsibilities. We feel like heaviness. We feel like there's a lot on our shoulders. We feel like we've got like a lot to burden, a lot to bear. But I feel like Spirit is saying, well, go ahead and just take this time when you feel like is the only excuse you'll ever allow and give to yourself to relax. Because we know that even deep down, you're still going to feel like you need to get stuff done and you need to get things going. And you're like, well, I've got to do this and I've got to do that and I've got to do this. And no matter how much you prepare for it, it doesn't really matter. Spirit saying just give yourself this opportunity to relax. Please don't don't try to do more than you should be doing right now. I'm laughing because it just feels like I can relate to that. I get it, you know. So give yourself this excuse, give yourself this opportunity to rest. If you are feeling a bit of burnout, this is the time where you can do it guilt-free. Okay? And don't do more than what you should be doing. Like give yourself that pause. And I think it's important that we remember, like, we're human beings. We're never meant to just like go. We're also meant to enjoy this life. And it's like we feel this pressure, right? But we're also supposed to like enjoy ourselves too, right? In the process. And I think it's really easy to forget that a lot of the times, especially when we have such responsibility and we have these tiny humans that are relying on us and stuff. But I have the 7 of Metal, which talks about resolution. So again, a full circle moment. I don't want you to worry here. Your health is good. You're okay. Like, I feel like you need to hear like you're okay. There's nothing that the surgery, is that the word? Is that the right word I'm looking for? I don't think that anything like negative is going to come from it, if that makes sense. It feels like you're in good health. It feels like you're in good spirits. It feels like if you're worried about anything, you're concerned about anything, I feel like Spirit is saying like all good. Either if this was just something that you wanted, it's still a full recovery. If this is something that you didn't want, it's still a full recovery. I just feel like I need to be clear about that. You have resolution here. You have luck. Let's see. Support your kidneys right now. And maybe you're eliminating organs during this time. So if there's anything you can do to support them, those eliminating organs, with approved, maybe like staying hydrated and just eating good things and whatever, avoiding overuse of over-the-counter pain meds, or like making sure that you're just taking medication like according to the schedule, managing your blood pressure, limiting your sodium, all that kind of stuff. Again, this is just a mind and body reading. I'm not going to go super in depth because you paid for a mini, but that was one thing that they are showing to me, is just supporting your eliminating organs, especially your kidneys right now. But yeah, that is what I have for you, friend. Let me know if there's anything else that you wanted to clarify, or I guess let me in on if there's anything in the know that you wanted me to be a part of. But I think that concludes your donation. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much, SB. I hope you have a good night. Anyone else that's hanging out here, I will see you next time. Adios, muchachos.